Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at NoGrease Barbershop, conveniently located at Northlake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. NoGrease Premium in Northlake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, NoGrease Premium in Northlake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at NoGrease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit NoGrease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or Northlake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you. Yesterday, I said, I go to the dentist so much. You would think like Jennifer Aniston from Horrible Bosses was my dentist. And if you haven't seen Horrible Bosses, Jennifer Aniston was like trying to sleep with her dental tech, and like she was doing everything, trying to smash him. And you would think that's what's going on in my dentist's office. I was there yesterday. They scheduled me for 2 more appointments. After that, I think I just want to get these shits ripped out and get veneers, but
you got to get veneers every 10 years though.
Yeah, but so that's the thing I'll keep wondering about people. Well, you know, you can go to one of the Instagram baddies. They doing the fake veneers.
Yeah, I'm hearing people getting messed up on those.
Oh, clearly.
Might not want to do the fake veneers.
You're getting the girls who basically was smoking weed like in the 8th grade, popping pills at the 9th grade, doing Oxy, which is another pill, by the 10th grade, and they stopped showing up to school. And those are the girls who you are allowing. They ended up graduating somehow because their parents changed their school, and they ended up doing veneers. They doing the clip-ons.
Yeah, no, it's no for me, get out.
Yeah,
for me, dog.
Never mind. I'm not going to give out too information, but I was serious this morning when you sent like the nanny thing, and I'm like, yo, man, you can't have somebody that can't write sentences watching my kids. I'm sorry. Like I don't complete form sentences.
I don't think she's relying on her education to get hired. I don't think she was relying on that.
Clearly not. But that's a problem.
Yeah, I think she was relying on other things to get her hired.
Yeah, she fine as hell.
Yeah, she's fine.
An athlete in the mid-20s.
No, national athlete.
Yeah, you ain't coming to my house.
Yeah, you ain't working at nobody's house. If I came home and that woman was sitting in my house, I'd ask my wife, "Are you trying to get a divorce? Like, what are we doing? She's fired. No, I don't need problems like this in my house."
That girl gonna find every camera in your house when you're not there and give you a show.
Yeah,
and that's how every movie starts off. It's the hot little chick that your wife finds. She come in and then
ain't nobody wife doing that. I know that shit's a movie because my homegirl was just like, yeah, the answer is no, and she was cheap too, like compared to the rest of the nannies.
$17.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, hey, she gonna save you money, but you gonna have to divide your assets right now.
Speaking of, you know, this is funny. Hold on. This is actually not a funny clip, but I do like it. Shout out to my guy Hitman Holla. I'm a fan of battle rap, so we know what's up. Hold on.
Men,
all right, let's go back to it. All right, here we go.
I understand that a lot of men, we don't really run away from marriage. We run away from divorce.
That's a fact.
We're not running away from marriage. But you gotta understand, if I found out what marriage is, it's like, I love my girl to death, but you mean to tell me if I make one mistake, they can ruin me for the rest of my life on one mistake? If she make a mistake, it's cool. She make a mistake, divorce is she just go on about her life. I make a mistake that can cost me for the rest of my, that ain't really fair. You know, one day I want to make my girl that happy because it's truly for her. Yeah, and I'm man enough to say men don't look into, and it's coming from somebody who parents been married. I'm 35. My parents been married since I was 5. Right. So this coming from a married home couple. I don't. It's just what they done made it to be now. Right. It's like, okay, I see married people. It's really a money game now. It seems like it's like I get married. There's no benefits for me. It's no benefits for me but to make her happy. So now if I get married, okay, cool. Now as a man or whoever I am, I haven't made no mistake with my girl for 8 years. Right. Never got no texts, came to her as no woman. No woman came to her as no woman. I'm not on camera. I'm not doing nothing. I done did my thing. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me if I slip up, I do something up, and she just feel like she don't want to give me a chance, she could possibly take half of what I own?
I think, to me, that was interesting. Not because of you know, we talked about something off mic. We'll get to Clay in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we talked about how this generation has changed things. And I was listening to that clip. First of all, I saw Hitman Holla, who was a battle rapper, who was on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon. And I like Hitman Holla. One, because he talks about his parents all the time.
Yeah.
He takes his little brother on the road with him all the time. He's very protective of his girl. But anyway, so I really like Hitman Holla. But I was like, damn, he's right. We have changed what marriage is nowadays.
Yeah, it's. I mean, one thing. One caveat. I do think men still want to get married. I'm gonna give credit to the men here. I don't think there's a lot of. I don't think there's a lot of availability of good women to marry.
Ooh.
I think men, and I'm not even. This is not even me taking a shot at women right here.
Oh,
like this is really me taking looking at the environment, because there's a clear difference between the behaviors of men and women. We saw it in the chart that I sent out last week, where it was showing of black males and ladies in college, like how many of them are parents, right? And 20% of black men was parents in college. 40% of women were parents in college, right? So this is what men are having to choose from between the ages of basically 17 to 23. Like this is the starting line. It doesn't get better as we get older.
Facts.
Because the behaviors of older women who are supposed to teach the younger women, they're not the behaviors, and we're gonna get into it with the man versus bear conversation down, later in the pod. The behaviors aren't well. So as men mature, right? Because when we're young, we do a lot of dumb stuff. But one of the things about being a man is like, you realize at an age there's certain things that you got to cut out, right? Things that you can't do, right?
Facts.
Even the whole cheating thing, right? Like guys know that, like, man, the way I am when I'm 17, I shouldn't be that way at 27. I still may be, but I shouldn't be, right? But by the time I'm 37, I can't be.
One of my favorite stories is freshman year of college, I'm at UNC Pembroke. They just built a Walmart. Nothing is down there. Literally was Walmart. Pembroke could have been in Winsboro. Like that's how dead Pembroke is, right? T-Pain comes to perform, and the benefits of going to a small school in the middle of nowhere, when the artists get off stage, sometimes they just hang out with everybody. Yeah. It's like,
where you gonna go?
Where else am I gonna go? To Fayetteville? That's 2 hours away. No, I'd rather go 2 hours to Charlotte and go home. T-Pain is outside, and he talking slick to us guys, and there's some girls around. And one of the girls said something to him to let him know. She said something along the lines of like, my dorm is right there.
Yeah.
And I remember T-Pain, clear as day, looked at her. He said, baby, if I'm gonna cheat, it gotta cost more than what my wife. The benefit has to be more than losing my wife. Yeah. And she looked, and now that I'm 35, I understood exactly what the fuck he was saying, right? But he looked at her, he said, yo, I've been married to my wife forever. She was with me when I had nothing. He was like, so if I'm gonna cheat, it gotta be worth more than what it's gonna cost me.
Yeah.
And yes, you do learn. One of the things now is, and we're gonna get to the church in a little bit, but one of my favorite things now is the amount of people the amount of women. Let me be very clear. I'm going to God because I'm gonna find me a man. And I was going to intro this pod with a clip of a woman saying that God told her he's going to use her so much this year that she's not going to get a man. He spoke to her and told her that. And the joke was, dog, I should play that. That would have fired you up. Dang, man. Boy, but the joke is the guy across from her lit her up. He said, you are a liar. He said, I don't want you to lie on my God. Yes. And then he started cursing at her. But he was like, yo, you're not going to get to lie on my God in front of my face, because I know God would never have said that to you. And then she started blushing. But, I started looking and I said, dang, we got to get to a space that women start understanding that if you really want to get married, if that's your goal, you got to be able to change the man that you want.
Be the person that you want for the man that you want. And like I said, I know I started early with shooting bail by telling men that, like, yo, I get it, the pool is slim, but that's just the truth, right? Like that's we can't get around the fact that twice as many women have kids in college, right? Well, you really shouldn't have kids.
Facts.
Right? Yeah. Than the men, right? Like we can't say that the men are not starting from a deficit when it comes to dating. I do think a lot of how hard it is to find wives is because, men are starting already all the way from the back already.
Facts. And so I say that because when I was younger and I wanted to get, I always wanted to get married when I was younger. Then I remember being in college like, I think I'm gonna just have a kid and call it a day, right? Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older, what I remember when me and your brother was talking, he was like, when you gonna get married? You know, we having that conversation. I said, well, I'm gonna do it for her. She wants to be married. I know that. She's expressed that. I do love her. So this seems like the next stage of our relationship. And I had pushed it out. I already had the timeline down, right? And I remember looking at him later, coming back to him, and me and him having a conversation. I was like, yo, this girl has changed me so much. I will be a fool not to marry her. Yeah. I said, if you changing my life like this, as a girlfriend, as a girl I'm interested in, as a homie, as a coworker, because that's how she started off, and I just went all the way back. If you change it, I can't imagine once I say I do, how you're going to change my life. And I think that's what, once a lot of women start understanding that, like, all right, if you do want this man and you do want to be with him and you do want, all right, I got interest in you. How do I change you?
Because, how do I make it better for you?
Because I am a firm believer. I don't believe women marry dudes with no resources or resources that they can't use. So I think that if you already giving this dude the time of day, some interest, boom, it is what it is. I'm gonna intro this podcast in a little bit. I do want to welcome everybody to episode 140. But we got a dad tip of the week. And I don't know if we need to run an ad on Spiritual World, Neighborhood. What's the thing that
we need to find which one has more
what
black
Jason
men
do?
following it.
Neighborhood Talk or whatever.
Neighborhood Talk.
We probably can't afford Shade Room and Ball Alert. Floyd over there running that stuff. But
yeah, I mean, Shade Room, Ball Alert, they don't really have our audience. The Neighborhood actually might have our audience.
They might, man, because it's wild out here. But I love when y'all post stuff that just aligns with us. Here we go. Hold on.
A 7-year-old girl who had to watch me and my brothers jump her daddy after school. I'm sorry. I know that was probably a traumatizing experience for you, but we kept asking you to stop bullying my daughter and you wouldn't listen. We sent letters home. We even had a meeting with you and your parents and you wouldn't listen. So now you know your actions have consequences. And since you too young to receive those consequences, you had to watch your daddy take those consequences. Get some therapy. You'll be all right. And a 7-year-old girl. A lot of y'all keep asking why I didn't fight this man one-on-one and why I got my brothers to jump him in front of his 7-year-old daughter. And the answer is simple. Life is not fair. You get jumped by responsibilities every day. Bullying is not fair because you're picking on somebody that's essentially a weaker vessel and that's smaller than you. So I wanted to make sure she saw what it looked like when a fight is not fair and you don't have no choice but to let somebody jump you.
Dad tip of the week.
Before we go there, one of my favorite things that I think we need to bring back to the podcast is, where's his daddy at?
Where's his daddy at? Yeah. You know, and what's crazy is, I'm telling you, man, I say this a lot on this pod. Tattoos, beards, and locks hide a lot of weak men. A lot of men out here looking like they gangster and they not gangster at all. And this was another example of that. Don't do this. Don't do this right here. Because you run across the right one at the right time, or you don't catch him slipping, your daughter's gonna lose her daddy and her uncles. Right, and then clearly. And look, bullying is wrong. Like my son had to deal with it. I think he was in the 2nd grade, and I told him he had full permission to punch the bully in his face, and I told him that this was the time to do it because when you get older, y'all can actually hurt each other. Right now, only thing y'all can do is make each other learn lessons. So. And I'm not telling you to tell your kids to go out and hit other kids, but my son is he's a nice kid. He's a good kid. And I'm just like, hey, you can't go to school and deal with this every day. So go deal with it one time. So, but I would never, now I would approach the parents. And here's the thing, one-on-one, if me and the dude, if we get into it in the principal office, we might get into it. I'm not calling my boys to come and jump the dude in front of his child.
And to think you tough because you did that.
Look, and one of the things that y'all got to understand is that, hey, this is how I know most of y'all didn't get in fights when you're young. You can get in a fight with somebody you don't like one-on-one, and one of y'all can come out victorious, and you'll never hear about it. But if you embarrass somebody, and then there's always somebody that's going to see it and remind you and talk it up, it never ends. This is why hood fights never end. This is why they want to pull guns, because somebody always remembering something that ain't got nothing to do with them. But when it's just you, you'll take that L. So like that dad tip of the week, don't do this in front of your kid. Be like, y'all gonna jump people?
My dad tip of the week off of that is, If you do a criminal act, don't put it on the internet.
That should go without saying, but you're right. We do need to caveat
It's 2024.
that in 2024, boy. This is the most self-snitching generation.
And then get mad at Gunna, who dropped another great album, by the way. But my thing is, bro,
I listen to it. All the songs
sound the same.
They sound the same, man.
I like that. It was like back in the day when you told me, yo, y'all should listen to Calvin Harris album. It's 3 songs on there, and I opened it up and it was like 18.
Yeah.
But you was right. It was 3 songs.
3 songs.
I don't get, what are we doing? Bro, now when I kill you because you drumped me with your brothers over something that had nothing to do with me.
In front of my kid, right?
In front of my kid, because now when I hurt you and I do something crazy, now they're going to know exactly who to look for.
Yeah.
So now you made the block hot for me. So maybe that was your strategy. I just don't get what we're doing in this generation. It's embarrassing to me, but I hope we do better.
And not only do better, man. Like if you attack me in front of my kid, dude, I ain't gonna lie. Like my level of fear of something happening to my kid is going to be through the roof, which means that I'm going from, regular panda bear to like honey badger mode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
different.
like, it's not safe for anybody involved, because like, if it's just me, I might be like, you know what? I gotta take it. I gotta take this L, right?
Yep.
But if my kids there, like, what's going to happen, right? I can't risk it. It is full honey badger mode.
Absolutely.
Like none of this is smart.
None of it was smart. What you do for Mother's Day?
I had my son, so we talked to his mom, talked to my mom, went and got them some things. That was pretty much it, man.
I'm surprised you didn't go to Columbia.
Yeah, my sister had took my mom out, so I was like, I didn't really feel like.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I'm talking to Mike's mom.
I talked to my mom, man. My sister had her though.
Man, I should have went by and saw Mom since I was in Columbia. Shout out to Columbia. I do want to shout y'all out. I was down in Columbia. Man, I was down there for a wedding, which was super dope. And then that morning I woke up because I went out to the strip club that night. And I was out to 3 in the morning.
Columbia strip club. I have not been to the strip club in over a decade.
Do not go. Sorry, this is not a kill on Platinum West. I just was like laughing. Now I do like the couple of things Platinum West got. The bartending is always A1. The drinks is cheaper than going to the bars in Columbia. I went to 5 Points, man. Them drinks so doggone expensive. I was like, I might as well just go to the strip club.
Yeah, everybody done priced them up.
Yeah, man. They turned yesterday's into a Ruby Sunshine.
What?
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, yo, what is going on down here? But it was cool. I get to the strip club. The point is, I was out so late. The next morning, I woke up and I had to jet it up 77. But I got to take Karina out. It was super cool. I'm in a strip club and Shorty come up to me. I am a big proponent of never dancing with the first stripper that come up to you. Because that's the girl who hasn't been working all night. And she just spotted you. She had her eye on you. And she wasn't that cute. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a height, build, or shade I like. But it's cool. And so, you know what I'm saying? But she came up to me and then, and I didn't understand what she was saying. But what threw me off, she was like, yeah. I was like, yo, how much the dance is? Because that's usually if you say a certain number, I might be like, all right, cool, bet.
Yeah.
She said $50.
$50?
In Platinum West in Columbia, South Carolina. The outskirts of Columbia, South Carolina.
Like Champagne Room?
No,
the chair.
In the chair downstairs.
$50.
And then she said, yeah.
So 4 lap dances is $200 now at the strip club?
She said, nope, it's more because you have to tip the doorman $5 when you go back there for each song that you back there for.
You got to tip him what?
Yes. So I was in there and I looked at her. And my first words out of my mouth was, I know you lying. This ain't Vegas.
Tip culture is through the roof. It's like, you know what the meme is? Like every time I go into a fast food restaurant and they got an iPad there, like I know they about to ask for a tip. Bro, there's certain things that we shouldn't have to tip for. Bro, I still don't understand. I still do not know takeout etiquette for tipping. Bro. I do tip $1 too. If I am wrong on that, y'all are gonna have to let me know. Please. Because I don't think I should have to tip anything when I'm coming to pick up the food. You literally serve food for a living.
Bro, I was so confused.
Same thing for the doorman.
Bro.
What am I tipping you for? Who's coming back? I'd rather you not be at the door. So hey, why? Like I'm tipping you, leave. I need you to leave. So me and her could just be back here.
Bro, I was
insane.
Bro, I was so hot. I was like confused. So then, at that point, I had cash from my birthday left over. So me, I'm not Mike, brother. I don't know if that's snitching. My brother taught me a long time ago, don't never take your debit card into the strip club or credit card. So I don't have it. I just had a cash I came with, right? And so at this point, we're doing this. And so I already knew how much money I was spending. So now I'm picky on which dancer I'm giving it to because we're not playing. I do want to say one thing to Columbia. Y'all was so beautiful, man. Because this is how we're going to start this podcast off. It was nothing refreshing to be in Columbia starting at 5 o'clock when a wedding started. I went to 2 places. And I heard this song 4 times. And I know I want to shout out to Kendrick for taking a commercial license off this so we can play this. Hold on.
Monster on the beat.
I need y'all to hear this. Hold on.
Any rap nigga, he a freak throat. Man,
Mike is a hater, by the way.
Tell him please, bro.
I want to thank.
Hold on.
We just play one part of the song.
Niggas trying to see Compton. The industry can hate me. Fuck them all and how many options you really got? I mean, it's too many
so
options.
we can do reviews, man.
On his body, I'm John Stockton.
This the line.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
That is a ridiculous. That sound like some. This is why I love Kendrick. That sound like something your uncle would say when he drunk and you cutting up in the house. Like, I beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. That is intense. I heard that song back to back in a strip club, and I heard it twice at Shannon's wedding. Shout out to Shannon. It was a cool wedding. I loved it. I wish I was a guest. It actually looked like a bunch of fun. What's the score, Mike? What's your score? Because y'all already know how Mike is. I want Mike to talk all that coleslaw, boring, voice change. I want to hear it all right now before I tear Mike up.
We're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it. All right, we're gonna go through the score. Hold on. Let's see here.
Where my water at?
Let's see here. So Kendrick came out with the diss liner on Like That. All right. So at that point, we wondered if the beef was going to be on.
Okay.
All right. Drake responded with push-ups, but he addressed everybody and everything. At this point, Drake is up. It's mastered properly. There's no way you could say Drake is not up 1-0 at this point. There's no way on push-ups.
I'm gonna let you go.
The tailor-made freestyle, I thought it was whack. I knew what Drake was trying to do because he was trying to do the whole thing what Kendrick did, the faces with Nipsey and all those other guys. So I knew it was whack. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the tailor-made freestyle, I still don't know if Drake did that, but let's give him credit. All right. There's 0 for that. Right. So he's up 1-0. Kendrick comes back with Euphoria. Euphoria was it was mid. It was still below push-ups for me. It was still below push-ups. It was still, I mean, dude, the whole, like, for 2 minutes of the song, he's going like, wee. Like, no, like, that wasn't good. Y'all know I hate the baby voices. So I like when he flipped the beat, but I was like, all right. But let's say you want to tie it up though. Like, I get it. I think he's up 1-0, but let's say you want to give him a point for that. All right, it's 1-1. The 616 in LA with Al Green, that wasn't good. It wasn't good. Whole first half of the track had nothing to do with anything. Second half of the track, he talks a little bit. Drake comes back. So it's either 1-0 or 1-1, depending on who you're a fan of. Drake comes back with Family Matters. I didn't give him a point for that because I told you I don't like allegations. I don't like allegations. I don't like dirty macking on men's women, on their wives. So while he did respond, personally, I didn't like that. Drake fans gave him a point, right? So you could either say it's 1-1 or it's 2-1.
Drake, 2-1.
2-1 Drake, if you like Family Matters. By the way, I'm not a fan of either one of these guys, right? So I'm the only objectionable person right now.
Here we go.
All right. Meet the Grams. It was okay. And here's the thing. This is why it was okay. Allegations, didn't like that. But the whole deadbeat thing, it's like, it sticks, but we don't really know if the dude's a deadbeat because he don't show his kids. That's like half of people in the hip hop industry. So, I mean, if you're a Kendrick fan, it's 2-2, or if you're a Drake fan, it's 2-1. Not Like Us. Now, this is what I didn't like about Not Like Us. But I'm gonna give him a point. But this is what I didn't like about it.
I'm about to tear this nigga up.
No, because he tried in 616 to LA to say it's y'all hate the West Coast. Drake never said that. He never inferred that. Drake lives on the West Coast. And when that shit didn't stick, Kendrick came back again with a West Coast beat and tried to and made this a LA versus everybody else type thing. And this is why I always say LA artists,
here we go with this bullshit.
they get a head start because all you have to do is do a C-Walk beat and say they hate us, and your shit's going to go through the roof. But I'm gonna give Kendrick, I'm gonna give him a point for it, even though he did that beep 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 shit the whole damn album.
I am here to give the objective perspective.
Yeah, you don't have an objective view. Just say I'm doing it as a fan of Kendrick Lamar.
I love Drake. I love Kendrick Lamar.
You do not love Drake.
Drake has, for the last 4 years, and I've always posted this. I post it every year. Drake is always my number one listen artist. Kendrick never makes my top 5 any year. It's never been a year where Kendrick has made my top 5 because I listen to Drake and Future and Travis Scott. I actually listen to the same songs like every year. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
You want to see my list before I go to it?
I want to see your list because I just went. I went through it. By the way, I have. He got a whole list. I have Kendrick up 1. I don't think he watched him.
Kendrick Lamar absolutely ruined Drake through the beef. Not ruined his career, and we'll get to that at the end. When it comes to better songs, Kendrick, that is a point. I'm not going to do the song for song thing because I'm going to be able to prove to you where Kendrick whooped Drake's ass this whole thing. Better songs, that goes to Kendrick. Better production goes to Kendrick. Better rapping. Kendrick Lamar really went out there and rapped in every style possible. And he stayed true to himself and out rap Drake everywhere. So if you like the voices, he gave you that. If you like the talking, he gave you that. Kendrick Lamar really gave us soul. He didn't go out his way and say, yo, let me make a club song. He didn't go out his way and say, yo, let me make some girl shit. He didn't say, yo, let me do the slow down talk to you. No. He did exactly what he does on every album and out rap Drake.
Well, he should be able to out rap Drake. He's not a rapper. He's a hip hop artist.
Who?
Drake. He's a hip hop artist.
I'm not doing semantics with you because y'all tried to argue me with the whole.
You should not get bodied by a singing nigga. Didn't Drake say that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that everybody owes Mos Def an apology, and we're going to get there too. When it comes to Drake deleting Taylor Made, which I liked over push-ups, that is a point for Kendrick Lamar. The fact that you out here making this that you can't even keep out, you have to delete them. It's funny. I love Drake saying, yo, you sent a cease and desist you had Tupac's people to send that to us to have it deleted. I think that's funny when everybody start posting, cease and desist letters that Drake's team has sent to them over the years. That is a point for Kendrick Lamar, if it is one. The strategy in this, the strategy was amazing.
I think they both had good strategies though.
Drake's strategy was shit.
I think Drake was overconfident.
That's a poor strategy, and that's my next point for Kendrick Lamar. When Kendrick Lamar said, hey, I know stuff about you. I want to keep this friendly. I don't want to make this messy. I don't want to go where we throwing allegations out. Yeah. That came up big. I love seeing that. Let me tell y'all something. To the J. Cole fans that are out here saying J. Cole won because he stayed out of the mess, shut the fuck up and don't talk to me about rap ever again. You niggas is some of the corniest niggas I've ever seen in my life. One, because I am one of y'all. I have been in J. Cole's shows. I have talked to his artists before. I love J. Cole. Albums is great. I love J. Cole.
J. Cole, my dude.
But y'all are some of the most sensitive, depressed, low down niggas that I've known in my life. And y'all are showing it during this beef. To come out and say, hey, I got one because he chose not to fight. It's corny to me.
Yeah, no.
It's just corny. You could just sit it out, bro.
I told you, my dog didn't hunt. So I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, you could just sit it out. Let's get the strategy. I told you niggas, yo, I don't want to be messy. Drake saying, hey, your kid actually might not be your kid. It might be your manager's kid. And Kendrick told him like, yo, Kendrick said, I know everything you're going to do. And if you start this, I am going to finish it. Drake said, hey, your son ain't your son, by the way. And that started a slew. Yeah. So to me, strategy, Kendrick Lamar, the foresight, Euphoria is a point over anything for the simple fact of Kendrick saying, I know what's going to happen. Titling the story, titling the song Euphoria, which is a Drake show when it's nothing but little kids having sex, is hilarious. Kendrick Lamar dropping.
A little weird.
Kendrick Lamar saying in future songs, hey, I do want to let y'all know that, yo, this man he got some predators around him and he might be one himself. And then saying, hey, he's furthering his agenda. When have we ever seen a man drop his own sex tape of him jerking off, sending it to another woman, and it's getting leaked? And
I'm lost.
Drake, a couple months ago, a video came out of him jerking off. He came up on his next show and said, yo, it's me. Let me tell y'all something. Drake, Jay-Z, Beyonce, I'm trying to think who else and Kim K, I'm just thinking of culture people that's kind of plays the culture. Yeah. Kanye West, it's certain A-listers, shit don't leak.
Yeah.
Nothing leaks. Kendrick Lamar coming out and saying, yo, that is not an accidental leak. That is Drake being a creep, sending this shit out to people. And he hinting at that. If you read the lines, you'll understand what Kendrick was saying. I think that the foresight is crazy. My favorite part, Kendrick Lamar, you get a point, my brother, for understanding culture, and Drake falling for community. Kendrick Lamar has been...
Drake's not from America, though.
This ain't even American culture. That's Drake's fucking problem right there. I went to that Drake show and I told y'all, I said, yo, it's nothing but young white kids in there.
Well, I mean, because his style changed, right? Like after Views is a different style. I mean, and Views is damn near a decade ago.
Absolutely. So I'm telling y'all, Kendrick Lamar has been out for the last 15 years. It has not changed on culture, not once. He has remained a part of culture. Drake has been a part of communities that play in culture. And I think that showed from Drake sending his songs to academics, to Castanet. That shows from the women. Kendrick Lamar coming out and saying, yo, we don't fuck the same type of women. And then Drake saying, hey, you know how I'm not a pedophile? Because guess what? I'm not in jail. And I'm going to have all the young girls who was some that was underage, some that was just too young, come out later. I love Drake's stance coming out saying, yo, if Kendrick really ain't beating his wife, and if that's really his girl, need to talk. Mike, isn't it beautiful when you got a solid woman beside you who just knows how to play the part?
Absolutely. And like
that
I said,
is a point for Kendrick.
And like I said, I didn't like any of that because Kendrick was right when he was like, hey, let's keep it on wax. Right?
Absolutely.
When Drake started talking about his wife and his kids, like, all right, bro, it is all bets off. But both of you guys are wrong, is my point. Both of you guys are wrong. And I get it. People are like, yo, doing beef and rap, there's no off limit.
It's no off limit.
But here's the thing, right? There should be. Like that
it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, it should be. Look, if you're in the ring fighting, I don't care what sport you're in. If you're in the ring fighting, bro, there's rules. There's rules. And the fact that black men all of a sudden, can't have any rules when they're dealing with one another. Because here's the thing. Both of you guys have to have a future from here. Mm-hmm. Right? So when you're doing something that, that could possibly attack or destroy or to undermine a man's future, his earnings, his livings, now it gets real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just beef anymore, right? You're affecting a man's ability to earn, right? When you say like, oh, he's beating women or he's messing with, high schoolers. Now you're affecting a man's ability to earn. That can cause beef to go beyond wax.
My problem with y'all is a lot of y'all, I'm not talking about you. My problem with y'all is a lot of y'all don't know that the nigga that you beefing with really don't like you. That is my problem with this generation. And this is a point for me because I told y'all before this started, this is real. This is 10 years of us sneak dissing. They played that On the Stars. I don't know if you listen back to the Black Panther, the On the Stars. Yeah, they played the verse. Yeah. And that was a shot at Drake, the whole verse, which makes that song 10 times better now.
I got to listen to it. One of the few songs I like by Kendrick.
And when you listen to it, just listen to it from the standpoint of SZA is my baby. Hence the picture behind Mike. That is a point for me because I told y'all, yo, this beef is real. How did I know this beef was real? It's because Drake don't have not one real friendship in the industry. And I think the point goes to Kendrick for making us really look at Drake and say, yo, why am I a fan of this man again? We had to look at the man. Kendrick Lamar, one of the things that the Drake stands try to tell us is, well, he's not saying nothing new, which is fair. I'm going to give you that. But guess what? Now y'all got to ask yourself, why are you a fan of him? I
think people are a fan. Like, let's.
So I'm asking why.
The dude has 330 charted songs.
Okay.
Right? Like that's why. Like, Drake the individual could be a shitty person. I'm not saying that that's not the case, right? But we do have to acknowledge Drake's contribution to hip hop.
Absolutely.
Like the dude put Toronto on. We did not know that there was anything in Toronto besides the Blue Jays.
Absolutely.
Drake.
Shout out to Jake.
Before Drake came along, right? The Weeknd owes his career to Drake.
No, the fuck he don't.
Yes,
and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because all these niggas who we keep saying that, oh, he got 300 songs, we got more slaps than the Beatles, we got more number ones. That shit was store-bought, and the industry just showed you how that shit was store-bought. Kendrick Lamar pointed out through culture how Drake got there. Yeah, so you went to Atlanta and stole. So yeah, the Weeknd coming out, it's a point for freaking.
But no one was about to be hot and was hidden. Like, dude, that's
when you stealing.
That's part of A&R, right?
No,
that's part of artist development.
Man, that's part of being a colonizer, dog. And that shit,
he's not a colonizer. The boy dad is from Memphis.
Man, that nigga didn't know his dad till he was 20
his
something.
His dad is still from Memphis.
He don't even fuck with his dad.
Here's the thing.
Y'all gotta stop this shit.
No. Drake is not an African American. So let's be clear. Okay. I'm not defending Drake as an African American, right?
Okay, so what are we defending?
But Drake has said that even though he's biracial, he identifies himself as a black man.
I've never seen that.
Google it. All right,
I've never seen it. And matter of fact, I told everybody, you showed me the one time where Drake has stood up and stood on something that stood for black folks, and I love to read it, listen to it, anything.
Again, majority of our entertainers and celebrities do not. DJ Khaled has not spoken about Palestine yet.
DJ Khaled been calling us a nigga for the last 20 years.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, again, right, we are requesting something of him that really none of them do. It can be a fair criticism, right? But it doesn't mean that like you as in Kendrick, right? Is be like, yo, this dude is a colonizer. I'm going. The guy says that he's black. He's bald.
No, he don't.
He has said, Google it. Drake has never said I'm a Jew. He's never said I'm white.
Drake has told us many a times how he's biracial. He has told us that more.
He's biracial, but like I said, I looked it up. I was like, let me find what Drake identifies as.
No,
right? So to sit here and just say like, okay, well, he's a colonizer. Not really. The guy actually put Toronto music on the map.
That shit ain't black up there.
He is a part of it. Well, then if Toronto isn't black, you can say the same thing about New York.
Okay, LA. I don't know what Mike talking about. Mike is talking about some other shit.
The demographics are the same is what I'm saying.
We are talking about black culture, hip hop culture. That ain't fucking Toronto, and that shit was on full display this whole beef. I'm gonna show y'all exactly why. Drake, who was out here, Drake that was on white shows, Drake that is Jewish, Drake that we only got videos of him at bar mitzvahs, Drake who highlights his Jewish mother more than he highlights his black dad, Drake who got a white girl pregnant and hid his white ass son. Let's keep it real when we having these conversations. When has Drake used black culture? It's been shown. We go to Texas, right? We go to Atlanta. There's more black artists that have came out and said, yo, he has either not cleared my song, he sent a cease and desist on the song that we did, he stole my career. This nigga took Fetty Wap career and had that nigga out there selling heroin, and then 3 years later, bruh. Like, what are we talking about? And so when this person,
so he's a shrewd or shitty businessman, depending on what side of the deal that you're on.
On what side of the deal you on? What the deal that it benefits is only the white folks,
or in this case, Drake. Because again,
no, and the white folks who own Drake.
Well, we don't own none of the music industry, so we could have that argument about every artist. So this is in the music industry.
Well, no, because here's Diddy, my thing.
Top Dog Entertainment. You pick it.
Okay, but here's my thing. When we get there, then you got to look at Mos Def and say, yo, when he told y'all, when the Coliseum walls fall the fuck down, Drake is going to have to look in the mirror and say, was it all worth it? And niggas got on there and they missed that part because they heard the target line. When you go to Drake's stories, the girls that Drake put online, they don't be black. He was doing that shit when he was trying to get popping. He went to all the strip clubs. He had the Johnny Blaze beside him. He had all the, the Buffy. He was showing y'all Pam Grier, got y'all thinking that he was down. And then this nigga just turned around. And I'm not trying to hate on the boy.
That's been the argument of hip hop since the 90s, though.
I'm not complaining about other black people and what they do. I'm talking about the dude who's been cosplaying as black for the last 15 years, and we just gave him a pass.
I won't say.
Because
most of us got off of Drake about a decade ago.
Most of us haven't. The numbers ain't saying that.
Because the white community is.
So thank you for apologizing to Mos Def. That's what I need. I gotta see that. That is a win.
The conversation we had with Mos Def is if we were saying like, "Yo, is Drake not hip hop?" And it's like, "Yo,
no." He said he's a pop star.
Well, and we had that conversation like, okay, is he a pop star as in a hip hop pop star, or are we saying that like as in popular, or are we saying that he doesn't make black music anymore?
Y'all moved the goalpost because that's not what Mos Def said. He was very clear on what he said, and I was trying to explain that. He said, "Yo, this guy's a pop star, and a pop star is very defined. The Weeknd is still listed as R&B, but he is a pop star. He's the biggest artist in the country."
And that's okay. So now again, it's two different conversations because The Weeknd, we wouldn't say that The Weeknd doesn't make R&B music.
No, but he's still a pop star. We never said Drake don't make hip hop music.
So the question was, is Drake a part of hip hop? Right? We just said that The Weeknd is a part of R&B, even though he still makes pop music. Right? We can't say that Drake isn't a part of hip hop just because he's a pop star.
I don't think nobody ever said that. That's not even what Mos Def said. That's what I'm saying. Mos Def never said that. He made it clear what he said. He said, yo, he is a pop star and it's fine. But his question that came right after 2 sentences was like, yo, you selling us out. Are you going to be happy when you go home at night and you do that?
I'm not mad at that question because, again, we've had this question about guys who run labels since the beginning of black men running labels.
Well, for my thing is we got to talk about black folks. I'm not here to talk about what Puffy did. I'm not here to talk about what Jay-Z did. I'm not here to say what Kanye did. They black. We get to have a black conversation with them. We've never held Drake. When a nigga die in the street, we've seen J. Cole, who is biracial, get out in the street, march, talk, send money, go to schools, do all this shit. We've seen J. Cole do that.
I mean, J. Cole's a Carolina boy. This is what we do in the South.
No, J. Cole is a part of the culture, dog. I'm sorry. I got to stick to that gun. Drake showed y'all that he picked communities. He picked them young ass community. He picked them young girls community. And I'm not saying the under 18. I'm talking about, yo, when you start talking to the 23-year-old girl from, the Midwest, who's not black, who's not a part of culture, you don't understand what's really going on. I think that Kendrick Lamar put that shit on full display. It's the culture out here. So yeah, when you do go to Atlanta, you do got to hang around Lil Baby. You do got to go to hang around 2 Chainz. There's old videos of Drake kissing all up 2 Chainz ass. There's videos of Drake, with the dope boys down there. You trying to figure it out.
Look, I'm not saying that Drake did not, assimilate to whatever area that he's in. Because more than likely, if he going to bar mitzvahs and stuff, right? It's growing up in the suburbs, right? That's a different life. But there's a lot of artists that do that. Lil Yachty grew up in the suburbs, right? And he had to move to Atlanta and figure out, okay, like what's the life, right? But
you talking to me about black people.
So you're making a delineation that Drake isn't black because his white mama raised him.
Facts.
All right. No, that's fine to say that though, right? But
I've been saying that.
But I've always held a contention. I see people as how they're seen when they're biracial. If you're biracial, I'm going to see you as how you identify. If you tell me that you identify, look, I take shots at Patrick Mahomes all day because his kids are very, very light skinned, his wife is very, very light skinned, and he's very, very light skinned, right? Patrick Mahomes, though, at the end of the day, has said, you know what? I'm a black quarterback. I don't take that away from Patrick Mahomes. I'm not like, nah, bro, you mix. J. Cole identifies, right? If you told me right now, it came to the black community and a decision had to be made, and it was Rachel Dolezal and Jason Whitlock, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let's see what Rachel needs to say. And she ain't black, but you know what though? She identifies with the culture more than I can say a Jason Whitlock does. So my point is, if a man says that, we can't use the fact that we dislike him, that he's super successful at something that is our culture. If he says that's me, if he says that's not me, or if he's Jack Harlow, right, that makes music, and I'm pretty sure that once he gets as famous as he want to be, won't do it anymore, right? The Kid Rocks and all those things. That's different, right? To throw Drake into that just because he doesn't show up at a march. I've never looked at Drake's from Toronto. I mean, he's a Canadian. I don't look at Canadian blacks and be like, damn,
he ain't a Canadian black. I don't know why you keep saying that.
What is he then?
If Halle Berry grew up in Toronto, you would not call her a Canadian black.
I would.
Nope.
I see Halle Berry as being a black woman, despite the fact that she don't really seem to fuck with us that much.
Thank you. Clear as day. This man was raised by a white woman in a white ass city, dog. Stop telling me he black. He ain't told us he black.
But again though, we're talking about off wax things.
No, I'm telling y'all,
like the music that he makes, the music that we all have made famous, right? We can't get to the fact that we're like, yo, he's beyond the level of success, and then be like, all right, now I hate him. When he made the songs, he made the summers go, and like what? Because our guy that we like is against him. We're like, well, now you're not a part of the culture.
No, what I'm looking at is that people in the culture is coming out and saying, yo, he been using the culture this whole time. Now, I think there's a conversation to be had about those men and how they allow him to get there. But what my thing
hip hop has always been actors.
Well, no, hip hop has always been black. I don't know why we are having a conversation and we run around in circles.
I'm not even talking about the race. It's always been actors. Tupac in Philadelphia and Tupac in LA is two completely different Tupacs.
Tupac is black. I'm not even here to talk about
he's
black.
Black. I'm just saying, but hip hop has always been characters. Rick Ross, I don't know if Rick Ross is a drug dealer or a CO. I don't know which one he is.
Well, he's answered that.
I'm just saying, I don't know what. So it's like this idea that hip hop, it requires this high level of integrity of you being able to back up everything that you say. Like that has sort of never been the case. Like the person that's probably most hip hop to anybody, if you want to say who's kept it real from here to the end, would be Gucci Mane. Right? We would never sit here and be like, yo, Gucci Mane is hip hop, and Gucci Mane might be more integral to what happened in Atlanta. Him and Dungeon Family probably are 50-50 of how great Atlanta became in the hip hop industry.
Look,
and we don't look at him and be like, okay, well, he's hip hop.
When it comes to hip hop, I'm talking about black folks. Sorry, I'm talking about the culture.
If you don't think Drake is black, I can't. I'm not defending black culture versus Drake or Drake versus black culture. I'm just saying, when I went and looked up what the man identifies as, he said he's this. Now, just because he's from the fucking suburbs, look, I'm not gonna lie. People from the suburbs playing hard pisses nobody off more than me.
He does that, and that's the funny part.
But I can't take away what he's done though.
Man,
like the fact that he, if he did cosplay as a thug, as a hip hop artist, y'all allowed it. Like you can't if you're gonna get mad at anybody, get mad at everybody that has Drake on their playlist right now. So don't look at this right now and be like, well, K-Dot was right.
No,
Go delete Drake off your playlist then. Delete Drake off all y'all playlists.
Bro, here's the problem. As a person that listens to both, I understand that, and who listens to hip hop, I understand that we have been laughing for years about, yo, why do people actually like Drake? He's been proven not to write his music. It has been proven that he uses bots. It's been proven that all this shit is like generated. I'm not mad at it, because if you sell your soul, you better get the best deal that you can get. Sorry. You better get the best deal you can fucking get out here. All right, cool. So you've been proving that. You've been proving to fuck on all these other men's girls. So let's not do that. You've been proven to hide your kid and try to use it as campaigns. And you go get the sex worker pregnant, you scrub her, you hide her, and then you try to act like Kanye West is the reason why. You've been shown to be fake friends. If we go down the list of men that have said, yo, this nigga's a grimy ass dude when it comes to women, we always clowned. So we
talked about Drake when he was in when the guys.
That's not what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is we always clowned the dudes because nobody was big enough to say, no, all this is true. Kendrick Lamar said on the first disc, he said, yo, you called me to be on first person shooter and you know I don't fuck with you? That is funny. That's why I said, look, some of y'all beefing with niggas that y'all don't even know that you beefing with. That's why y'all get slapped in the mouth. Kendrick Lamar said it. How you call me to tell me to be on a song with J. Cole when I know you, A, don't like J. Cole, B, you know me and you got steam. We got static and you calling me to be on a song. Drake has been shown, he has been proven to be a iffy man at best. And so, yes, when the biggest start, because let me tell y'all, Mike, we did the math. Drake got 14 albums, 40 million sold. We talking about albums. All right.
Oh, so we're going per capita.
Hold on. No, we're not doing that. Because the LA argument that you like to use gets used for New York all the time. But we never look at Jay-Z and say, yo, you the biggest because you from New York.
We knew that was part of it though. Jay-Z from Wichita, Kansas would not be Jay-Z from New York.
I don't know none of that because I saw Nelly. It's only about 5 rappers that got diamond albums when we saw Nelly do that. And he from St. Louis.
Yeah, he was the groundbreaking one.
No. I'm not arguing numbers and stuff that I hadn't looked up. It ain't we got Eminem in Detroit who sold, who's the biggest selling rapper of all time. Like it's so many different things that we look at that we talking about. We talking about smaller cities.
Finish your point. 14 album versus 4 album.
So you got 40 over 14 and you got 10 over 4. The number between Kendrick and Drake ain't that big as far as who sells more. And I say this.
The streams are not even close.
You looking at singles. If you
I'm just saying, like, the streams aren't even close.
Because when we looking at singles, that includes all my songs with Rihanna. That includes all my songs with Kanye. That includes my songs with the Migos. That includes my future song. All them streams count.
Yeah,
that's the joke.
Yeah.
But when I look at Kendrick Lamar, a man who don't play the game, I don't know if Kendrick's soul to soul. I can't say that. But from the looks of it, it ain't there. I told everybody, if any of us that own a business, even Mike, if Mike could pick and choose who he would act like on the internet, Kendrick or Drake, Mike would choose Kendrick Lamar.
This man goes to work. I've already admitted that, right?
He goes to work, he clocks out, he gets all the accolades, and he comes back when he's ready to work again. So if I'm not shaking my ass,
which is why I'm telling you that I'm not speaking as a fan. Like if you say, yo, who do you want to hang out with, Kendrick Lamar or Drake? I'm hanging out with Kendrick Lamar. But if we were to say who made better music, I can't say Kendrick Lamar because I would hang out with him and Drake might be weird.
I'm not gonna ask you who makes better music. I think that's all subjective. I'm just looking at. I'm saying, so what we cool for? What we cool with?
If you had a gun to your head and it was like, hey, I'm gonna eliminate your bloodline from the planet before you and after you. If you don't have a number one hit, you could choose Kendrick Lamar to make it or Drake. Who are you choosing? You need a number one hit.
You want the truth?
Yes.
I'm only choosing Drake for one reason only.
Okay.
The reason why I'm choosing Drake is because the machine is turned on. And I think
that's part of it, man.
No.
That's part of it.
That's part of selling your soul and you reaping benefits, which I'm telling you is cool with. Because if I look at it right now, the last 6 weeks have shown y'all that Drake ass is owned and that we could turn these shits off. Did you see what just happened in the last 6 weeks? Kendrick Lamar dropped 4 songs. 2 of them went number 1. Drake didn't have one in the top 10, dog. Don't tell me shit ain't store-bought.
Only Push-Ups was great.
No, Taylor. Let me tell y'all something.
I didn't like Tailor-Made.
I like Tailor-Made over Push-Ups, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. When it comes to videos, Family Matters whooped Kendrick's ass. That video was amazing. The 3 beats was amazing. He was talking his shit on there. I did love how he got the trans stuff off, and the gay community ignored it. But y'all ain't listening. He told y'all, yo, The Weeknd, I don't know why you talking. And The Weeknd, I think Drake sending one shot to The Weeknd and one shot to Future is amazing when that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Because The Weeknd, you telling The Weeknd, yo, they only play your stuff in gay clubs, and then you telling Kendrick to go get the man of the house because Kendrick grew up around his uncle who used to be his aunt. I think it was hilarious. I thought it was funny that the LGBTQ plus community missed it, but y'all heard it here.
Yeah.
So there you go. I just thought it was interesting. It's an interesting take. Yeah. All right, now that we did 50 minutes of that. So if you ask me to score, Drake gets a point on the music video because that van was genius. I don't know. Kendrick Lamar's side and Drake's side is both saying we fed each other false information. If y'all both did it, then it crosses it out. But Drake gets a point in that video. I just think Drake, you telling the boogeyman to come outside and then you getting your ass beat, just lets me know why you don't need to bully people.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I definitely think he was not expecting K-Dot to come as hard as he did on which one is that? Euphoria was good, but that's not the one I'm talking about. The last one, not like that. Not like that is actually really good.
I think, and let me tell you something. If I'm Drake, I'm gonna keep it real with you. His career ain't over. I think Drake right now is learning the same lesson that 50 Cent learned, that Ja Rule learned, that Kanye West learned, is that when these label execs want to give you a pow, they will sit you down.
Yeah.
And I think Drake pushed back on something because there's no way. Let me tell you something. Not like that. I'm cool with that. I like that song. Euphoria should not be played on the radio. Sorry. It should never. Yeah. That is not. Mike had a great point. I thought you would bring it up. Mike had a great point in our group chat. This is me snitching. Where he said most diss songs are not radio play songs.
Yeah.
Euphoria should never be on the radio.
No.
It gets spins and it becomes a top 5. Let me tell y'all something. This nigga Kendrick Lamar had 2 diss songs. One beat out Beyonce. The other one beat out Taylor Swift. That does not happen against the biggest rapper in the world unless the executives say wants it to happen.
Solid point.
So I think that Drake goes back and says, yo, all right, he either falls in line and his career just takes off to another stratosphere that we have never seen.
He got to get back to making music. I hope this makes him hungry.
I hope it makes him come back to the culture. That's what I hope.
Yeah, I hope it makes him hungry because the last few things it's been garbage since Views.
Thank you. Man versus bear.
Boy, we just gonna argue the whole freaking pod. It's just gonna be temperature turned up.
Nah, well, I think this is for you to get your shit off. I just got off 30 minutes of screaming. I told y'all a long time ago that I don't like Zoom podcasts. I don't like podcasts where I don't like Zoom podcasts, and I'm always interested to see what two women that are just super pretty are going to talk about.
Yeah. I was disappointed in Joy on this one. I expected more out of Joy.
So Taylor asked Joy, if you're in the forest or in the woods, who would you rather be by yourself with, a bear or a man?
So this is why, because it was such a big question, and this is why I want to mention it, because I went and read the question, and in group chat they had dropped the YouGov poll, so I went and looked at the poll because I was like, yo, just many women cannot want to be with a freaking bear, right? And true enough, the majority of women will choose men over the bear. 40% of women choose men, 31% of women choose bear, which is still an extremely high amount. But this is the only point that I really wanted to get off here with the man versus bear conversation.
Maybe they thought it was a teddy bear.
Dude, good point. Maybe. Here's the point though. You could literally choose any man in that scenario, right? So when you create this ideal of man versus bear, that's the man that you're creating in your head, right? Because you have to say, hey, Mike, you could be stuck on a deserted island with a woman or a bear, right? At no point am I thinking of
Monique
or any unattractive woman on an island, right? Like the first place my mind goes is, I can get any woman. So you tell me I could choose like Israeli Mossad agent with survival skills.
You get your girl.
Like, you can
get Brittany or Tiana.
I need to survive. So I got to find I'm on a deserted island. And that's the point of the conversation, right? It is your imagination to create whatever woman you want. And the women that are choosing the bear, let me tell you something. Every bear in North America would kill you. Every black bears, brown bears, polar bears, they will all kill you. They're not going to ask whether or not they're going to kill you. It's the reason why we say she's a mama bear. It's the reason why we have that exact term. The fact that you think of the worst man in the world, you thinking of John Wayne Gacy or Ted Bundy, like, I don't know why your mind is going there. And I think that is something that as men, I can't tell women what to do, but as fellas, when I looked at that YouGov poll and it showed 31% of women are saying they choose the bear, that is very emblematic of what it's like in the dating pool. And for you to understand that, like, yo, find a woman that does not think this way, because that's how her imagination is working. And that's the shit that just blew me out. I'm like, you could choose Barack Obama, you could choose Dr. King,
you could choose your dad,
you could choose your dad, you could choose your brother, you could choose a squadron of SAS, British Special Forces. Like, you don't have to choose Ted Bundy as the man.
That's all I got. This is my Gavin is always right segment. Straight off of the Kendrick. Oh yeah, by the way, Drake, if you drop another song and you come up, then we're going to have to run this whole thing back.
Yeah, Drake, don't drop a song. Just make an album.
Oh yeah, don't fight with this nigga.
He sounded defeated in that last one.
He did.
He sounded defeated.
Especially when you start talking. Oh yeah, the one that we don't listen to, the Heart Part 6.
Yeah,
this nigga was talking at the end.
Yeah, like, dude, just should have kept. To your point, that's how I know he has a bunch of yes men behind him, because when he played that, I hope nobody was nodding their head. I hope everybody was just like, nah, bro, don't even release that. Don't even worry about it, man.
Don't worry about it.
Man, Kendrick 5'5". Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, man.
The reason why I say Gavin is right is because we're getting to this point outside of Poor Minds. I don't know if women podcasts can survive without shitting on black men.
No, they cannot. They can't.
And we talking about culture today. Today's episode is called Culture Over Community. Sorry, I didn't already make my mind up. I think I am wondering, outside of Poor Minds, and I'm talking about Poor Minds might take a couple of comments about men or whatever the case may be, but it's never like, yo, let's dig on men to get our numbers up. We've seen the Griot do it with Ebony K. We've seen Joy and Taylor do this a lot. We used to see Good Moms Bad Choices, RP to the pod. You know, we've seen that. We've seen this happen so many times that it's like, damn. Even these new age church pods, and we about to get to church announcements. I ain't playing the music because this pod going too long already. But I just think it's interesting. I wonder, can especially culture pods that is a woman led or woman owned, woman ran, woman.
Can they just talk to women about women issues and survive? Nope.
It doesn't look like it.
Nope.
Speaking about Gavin's right, this is not really me being right. I don't want to hear nobody tell me I'm from the suburbs no more. King Combs came out here.
We haven't made fun of you about that in a while.
Yeah, because y'all forget that my cousins lived in the hood. We grew up in the urban community up until it was a low age, so I ain't gonna say the age. I'm gonna just make y'all think. And look, went to church in the hood.
My son is growing up in the suburbs, so
absolutely.
As he gets older, I'm starting to be like, I can't pick at Gavin as much because goodness.
Thank you. You did the same thing my dad did. I think it's funny. King Combs is out here taunting the feds and saying, yo, ha ha ha, 50 Cent. You talking about my dad, but they ain't even raid the other house, the neighbor's house. That's the one we actually own.
This new generation weird, bro.
Yo, what do y'all? Let me do this. I want to act as though King Combs is lying. Nothing about this was fly, my brother.
Yeah, no.
Nothing about it was cool. Nothing about it was interesting.
If you're a rich kid, just be a rich kid,
bro.
This is why like rich people separate themselves from like everybody else, because their kids are idiots. And I feel bad for King Combs because your dad did it the best as far as being like the flashy dude. But if Puffy wasn't your dad and you was just another rich kid who just had musical talent, you could really get off that, yo, I've been rich my whole life and that's just my lifestyle. Yeah. But your dad killed that part and now you over here just looking stupid. I'm not playing the church music today. But I do have something because I want Mike to hear it that I think Mike will actually enjoy. And it's a church thing. Hold on. Damn, I should play the church music since I got a little break in there, but whatever, man. Hey, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the Drake and Kendrick beef. Yes, y'all said we always agree too much. Put it in the comments. Send it to me where Drake said he was black. All right, here we go. This is for Mike. For those who not know, I love playing stuff just to piss Mike off.
Skip a little bit.
This is only. Are you piss honey?
We're gonna do it over here. We go.
You look like you piss honey. I don't pee in people's mouth no more. So don't even think about it. Don't think about it because listen, you want me to be somebody that I'm not no more. Y'all be trying to get me to go back to being somebody that I'm not no more. I'm not that no more. I'm not that no more. Because God changed it. Let God change me. Just let God change me. Let God change me, okay? Please let God change me. Y'all be trying to interfere with the work of God. Let God change me.
I love when never mind. I was gonna say I love when a good hoe goes and gets saved.
Go.
Bro.
What's the question here?
There ain't no question. I just wanted to play it.
Yeah, that's just weird, man. Yeah, look, if you was a hoe back in the day, you're not a hoe no more. Hey, big ups to you.
Shout out to you.
Men love hoes though.
Should you try to change? Never mind. You should not. If somebody's trying to go in a different direction, do not pull them back in the day.
Yeah. Don't pull them back. But one of the things, it's so disingenuous though, because no,
Mike gonna serious this down. I love it.
Yeah, no, like your vices are your vices, and like what makes you, like, I guess, a good person is
golden showers.
Nothing wrong with golden showers. Is the end of that. What makes you a good person is if you understand like who you are and you're working towards trying to be a better person, right? But to sit here and just be like, yeah, I'm not that person, like, you know, anymore. I mean, if she get married and those are the things she's into, I mean, go do those things. But just to make it, but when you make it seem like, oh yeah, you know, I went to church and like the desire is just gone. That's not how it works. It's not.
I told y'all I get the doc for y'all. Please look up The Way Down doc. It's on Hulu. It's on HBO Max. It's about Gwen Stefan, something like that. But she's the person who you couldn't be a part of the front facing of the church if you was overweight. So that was her thing. But it's just crazy. I love a good cult doc where the people end up creating the church buys warehouses and starts buying everything that their community needs.
Yeah.
So like they started a construction company so they could build houses.
It's gonna be abuse in that community.
Absolutely. Run. If your pastor says, one of my homegirls, shout out to Teak, man, her old pastor, he opened up a funeral home. That nigga did 10 years in jail after that.
Dang.
Yeah, man. Well, you got to funnel the money somehow.
Sure. Okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bumble. Actually, shout out to Mimi for sending this to us. I don't know if you saw our messages that she sent to us.
That look like little Richard.
Bumble. Oh, that was Shannon that just popped up on my phone. Shout out to Shannon. 65 million views on his Cat Williams biggest interview ever on YouTube.
Crazy. Big up Shay Shay.
It's only been 5 months. That's the other funny part. Bumble dropped a billboard that says a vow of celibacy is not the answer. And the girls is hot.
Why are women hot about Bumble saying that a vow of celibacy is the answer? I tell you all the time, I don't believe when a woman tell me that she's celibate.
Really?
Why are you telling me?
Because they saying that, well, Bumble's saying like, yo, why are you saying women word is not their word?
I just told you, like, why are you
Bumble
telling me?
Saying that. I ain't saying.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to give you a way out.
I'm with Bumble. Like if
he doubling it down.
Yeah.
I tried to give him a way out.
No.
I want everybody to see. I tried to give Mike a way out, but go ahead.
Like why? It's like, why are you talking about it, right? Like, if this not something that you're into, like,
because men expect it on the first date or by the third date.
Well, no, look, men want sex, right? But it's not like men are not these incontrollable, like, oh my God, what we gonna do, right? Now, if I like you and you like me and you're like, yo, I'm not doing this, right? I don't want to take it there. And as a man, I'm like, yo, I like you, but this is something that I like to partake in. Yo, it just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something where you got to sit here. Like, it's not an issue. Like, it's nothing wrong with you if you have a vow of cel. And the reason why I say I don't believe y'all is because I've actually been with women reading their social media about them being celibate. So it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't believe it.
And the gay boys who do it too. That shit is hilarious.
It's like, I'm like, I pay it no mind. Like, it doesn't happen too many times where it's just like, I could have sworn this girl had posted she was celibate.
As a man, we believe the girl who says that she's a virgin over the girl who says she's celibate.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you celibate with like 4 kids, like, yeah, I'm not really seeing it. Not seeing it. Like 4 kids. It takes effort to get pregnant and have 4 babies. It takes a lot of
boy.
Pregnancy is work.
It is.
Getting pregnant is work.
Pregnant.
So when I see quite a few kids and you like, I'm celibate, I'm just like, I ain't really buying it.
We're not gonna spend too much time on it. Clay, I know you're in North Carolina. You be up there at Lake Norman. You're doing your thing, brother. Shout out to the people that reached out to me to let me know that you know me, or excuse me, that they know you. You have never reached out and said you know me. You do not know I exist. I take all of that back. Clay, you ain't got to put the hoes on your story, bro. You ain't got to be in the bed with them. You ain't got to showcase them.
You can enjoy hoes and not put hoes. And when we use the hoes right now, in case any of y'all radical feminists are listening, we're not talking about women.
Self-proclaimed.
We're actually talking about hoes.
Yeah.
Sex workers.
If you talk to a good sex worker, they'll let you know I am a hoe.
Yeah.
And they are cool with it. And they are cool people. But Clay,
we like hoes. We support hoes on this podcast.
I do. It's real work, man.
Sex work is real work.
They paying cash. Yo, I tried to send it to y'all on Snapchat. One of my favorite sex workers that I used to work for, man, she got fired from her first job since she quit the business. They fired her because they said she was fat, lazy, had an attitude, but she was a star. And I laugh at that because that's what her career ended, because she kept exposing dudes for things she just didn't like.
Yeah.
And dudes used to say that to her all the time. It'd be different dudes who would say, yo, you fat. I don't know why. And I'm with her. Don't call me fat after you didn't pay me for sex.
Yeah, after
you know
what
I'm saying? And she's going through all that.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
Don't be a dick.
And then she was like, her joke was like, yo, I'm gonna have to go speak to my therapist because like if I don't get another job, I'm going back to sucking dick.
She going back to sex work.
Yeah. Well, she said sucking dick. She made it clear what she was about to go do. Mike's stepping on my good jokes today, pissing me off. But yeah, Clay, you ain't got to put the holes like, I don't know, dudes. Yo, shout out to Ruby Rose. I love you doubling down on Drewski. I love you saying, yo, I got millions.
Is that real? Morals. Is that real? Or is Drewski paying for that? Is it Drewski or Drusky? Drewski. Is he? I mean, I like not paying for it, like as in a boyfriend girlfriend, but like, is he like hiring her for this? Like, is this real?
Oh, you asking if that?
Yeah.
Because I believe your first question is he paying her to be his girlfriend? I think yeah. Sorry, I want to be clear. That's why I was giving you the look like what the fuck are you talking about? No, I don't think this is a skit. I don't think she's being paid to be a skit. I think that women love resources, as we've said.
Yeah, women love resources.
And I think the resources, it's easier to accept the resources when the dude you are dating is funny. Yes. Like I said, I love women coming out and saying that Drewski isn't ugly. Look, whatever, man. Okay.
All right, sports section.
Yeah, Mike don't believe when y'all say y'all celibate. When y'all tell me a dude ain't ugly who y'all been clowning forever, that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, what Jay-Z said, billionaire's cute.
Look,
I can't be ugly. I don't know how he had that line.
I don't know, but you know, it's cool, man.
Ruby Rose is fine though.
She is fine, but what I was getting to, I don't know if you seen her post. She was like, "Yo, fuck morals, I got millions," and she had her money all over the table. So it's kind of like, yo, shout out to the hoes, but you
if
ain't
my woman shows me that much money, she's buying dinner.
Oh man, I don't pay for dinner. As long as Karina's halfway across the country, I'm not paying for nothing.
Yeah, you pay for dinner. You got money like that, you paying for dinner. I don't care how much money I got.
We got drunk as hell on Mother's Day.
Put her to work. Put your girl to work, man.
Shout out to the girls that like to work. Shout out to the sports section. Don't worry. We're gonna go through it quick. Y'all said that Katie is a terrible teammate. My question to you, as somebody that works in corporate world, only from the corporate world, let's keep it on that because we already had this argument last night. But do you speak to your coworkers?
I mean, I speak, but I'm not friends with my coworkers. Like, I get it. Like if you work with someone, work is work, man. Work is work. Like, we can have drinks together, but it's like, you know, like, this isn't work. This is family working together.
Clearly, we argue at each other.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I'm not really friends with anybody that I work with. I've made friends, but it's like, I don't go to work for that. I don't go to work for that. So, but Katie's a terrible coworker.
Clearly,
at this point, it's you, Katie. It's not anybody else.
I think Katie is getting to that point of
it's you.
If we hadn't argued about Drake and Kendrick Lamar for 45 minutes, I would argue for Kendrick because Katie, that's my guy. But Katie has always struggled with something. Katie, I still want to join your production team. Please don't allow what I'm about to say to throw you off. I believe that until you go to therapy to figure out why you're not happy,
true,
you will never reach the potential you could have reached.
True.
Offensively, Katie is more talented to me than LeBron James. Offensively,
no, I mean that's going away, dude. He might be the. I mean, he might be the most skilled offensive player ever.
Offensively,
and never reached his level. Like,
something is not making
where
this
he was
man
ascending
happy,
to. And like the level that he got to, I mean, he still achieved at a very, very high level. So it's a shame that I'm about to say what I say, but I think KD could have been the greatest offensive player of all time. He could have made a run at the scoring record.
Yeah,
but to your point though, I think there's something
is holding you back, dog. And I hope you figure it out.
Because like now he's what 34, 36.
Yeah, but I at least want when you retire, I still want you to be happy. I can't wait for LeBron to retire.
Yeah,
because I know he's going to change the world. I know that sounds crazy.
He's 35 years old. Like
KD is old.
Yeah,
he's done. Him and LeBron.
That's I was like, he come to Miami. I'm like, yo, we already got one old player. I don't need an old Miami team. Like,
we're going to New York.
Go to New York. Have fun up there.
Gilbert Arenas has never been the bar for giving black men sound advice, and the criticism on Rudy Gobert. Your kid is going to be there. Don't miss a playoff game. What was you thinking when you heard this?
Gilbert is the type of dude. He talks like the kind of dude that will walk into work with a bunch of guns and threaten a coworker. He talks just like the kind of dude that'll do that shit, right? And not be from the hood and do that kind of shit. Like, that's what Gilbert reminds me of. Like, I have no problem with Rudy Gobert missing the game for the birth of his child. Like,
facts.
Because work is work. Work is work. And I mean,
work is gonna be there.
Yeah, and especially when you have a team where you're like the 4th, 5th option. If he was if he was the number 1 option on the team, I'd be like, all right, look, you might have to catch a helicopter. You might have to come at halftime.
Bro.
You might have to leave in the 3rd quarter, or get there and the kid just got. If you're the number 1 option, because that's different, right? Mm-hmm. That's the responsibilities of a man, right? When everything falls on me, that comes above everything else. But dude, he's the 4th, 5th option on the team. Like, get the fuck out of here. Go see the birth of your child, man.
Please go see the birth of your child. And ladies, for all the dudes you saw clowning Rudy Gobert and they were siding with Gil, avoid those men, please. Do not get pregnant by those men.
Yeah,
those are the dudes you avoid. They go our woman tip of the week. Shannon versus Shaq.
All right, we're gonna have to be quick here. You know I'm not a Shaq fan. You know I think Shaq is an apologist.
We just kicked his back in the last episode.
Yeah, you know I think Shaq is an apologist. So and Shannon, Shannon. I put it like this, and I think I said this in group chat. Shannon was a better tight end amongst tight ends in NFL history than Shaq is a center amongst centers in history.
You think so?
Yeah. And here's the thing. They're both top 5 in their position. They're both top 5 in their position, right?
Okay.
But Shannon is arguably the number 1 tight end. You could say you could say it's Tony Gonzalez. You could say he's better. It's Gronk. You could say it's no, he's not. You're really showing your age right now. You could say that it's
I'm just telling you what Shannon has said. And Travis. And I mean,
and Travis. Dude, Shannon caught 10,000 yards and 60 touchdowns in an era
where his running back was amazing.
His
quarterback was amazing.
Well, no, John Elway was not.
During that time period.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't throwing the ball 50 times a game.
No, they was giving it.
They was giving it the dude still has 10,000 yards. You can't in an era that you wouldn't even throw into the tight end. So it's
you wasn't throwing that much.
The guy's arguably the greatest tight end of all time, right? Shaq is not arguably the greatest center of all time.
No, but outside of Kareem, he's right there as far as
he's not better than Wilt. He's not better than Kareem.
We do a top 10 ranking. Shaq is above both of them.
Yeah, as a player and accomplishments in careers, but I'm saying if you had a draft right now,
okay,
of every player that has ever played all time. And you can pick any player that you wanted to pick, right? With the number 1 pick. Who are you picking?
Michael Jordan. But you talking about with centers.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kareem.
Exactly. Or Wilt. I'm taking Wilt. You take Kareem.
I don't believe Wilt actually existed. Because besides him knowing all 10,000 of the women he slept with, I don't believe. But I say it like this. Yeah. I look at it. Shannon Sharpe is an amazing, and that's what pissed me off about this debate is because you talking to Shannon Sharpe like he was a scrub.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
No.
And it was because
he made a rap song too.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
See Kendrick and what y'all done did. Y'all got the wrong people making songs.
Exactly.
But I don't like you talking to Shannon like he wasn't him. And we know why it is what it is. But Shaq had a great line. I know how you got to where you're at and what you did. And I think that talks to Shannon shucking and jiving on Fox with the blacks, the Henny. You acting real coonish. I'm just using what I believe Shaq is trying to say. And as soon as you got to ESPN, you ain't had a black out your mouth. You ain't showed no liquor. You ain't showed no ignorance. And I'm just saying, I think it's interesting, and I wonder if that's where Shaq was going. I just thought it was an interesting thing.
We need to do a deeper dive into this. I'm going to have to go on both of them, both of their YouTube.
It made me, because I was wondering. I'm like, dang, I wonder is ESPN gonna let him do this? I knew they weren't gonna allow him to bring the edibles, and I knew you weren't gonna do that. But it's like, dang, what did make you? And look, oh, by the way, this part of we was gonna talk about Caitlin Clark. Y'all better stop being horny with these WNBA players. They are gonna use misogyny and sexual harassment to get y'all out. They kicked that nigga. He cannot talk to Caitlin Clark for the rest of her career.
Yeah. He won't cover another game. Insane. But
even
though he was weird,
he was out of pocket.
Yeah, it's not weird.
You can't do that, bro.
Yeah, you can't throw a heart.
Bruh. Oh, I want you to only show me your heart. Get out of here.
You weird. Bro.
Yo, stop arguing if NBA players can play in the NFL. It's a no. Stop, just stop.
Yeah, I would agree.
As a dude who loved basketball, I remember the boys was like, oh, we're gonna play tackle. I got out there, I said, oh, I'm never playing football a day in my life. Tell me about Sleepy Joe and closing the pod, because Ben and Ryan likes when you talk politics, so we gotta do
this. So one thing I did see Joe Biden, and we didn't play the clip, but this idea that he was like disruptive protests or protests where you're destroying property that's not protest, whatever. Let me just say this about protests. All right, protest is not going to be in the park where it doesn't interrupt anything and it's peaceful and nobody gives a fuck. All right, the reason why protests work is because it disrupts things, it makes things messy, it breaks things that insurance companies have to pay for. Now, no one should lose their lives doing protests.
Facts.
But the idea that protests should be this sanitized thing, the answer is no, Joe. The answer is no. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was passed. Nobody gave a damn.
Until
Dr. King was murdered, which was actually after the Civil Rights Act, and cities started getting burned down. Then they were like, okay, we got to start cleaning shit up around here.
What's going on?
All right, so like this idea that protests need to be sanitized, no, Joe. That's all I got today.
Shout out to Joe Biden saying that he ain't doing no debates.
He should not do any debate. I do not want to see Trump and Joe Biden debate. I do not want to see two 80-year-old men be up beyond their bedtime debating. Because for one, I'm almost certain that Trump is on a stimulant, and I don't know if Joe Biden can take a stimulant. So I don't want to see either one of these guys.
Trump gonna win that debate by a landslide.
Yeah, because I'm almost certain that guy's on stimulants.
I love how you posing that.
I am almost certain, and I just say what it was. I'm just saying, it's like
caffeine.
Guy's awake. Caffeine, whatever. Yeah.
Celsius. Shout out to Celsius. Send me a bag. What you got planned this weekend?
Hey man, kid got a 5K run that I am going to show up at. I am not running. If you watch this on YouTube, you will understand why I'm not running.
So that's what's up.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to get some golf here, man. If it starts raining, outside of that, I probably just hang out.
Y'all smoking this weekend? This Thursday?
You know, I got kiddo tomorrow, but
okay, so
that'll be next week. And shout out one of our listeners. He's in Monaco, heading out today. Safe travels to you.
Okay.
So
I got a shout out.
Yeah. What you got?
I can't do it, man. Shout out to Loot. I do want to say that he did a freestyle on Red Bull. Loot is signed to Dreamville. Sorry for what I said about your boss. Shout out to Loot though, a childhood friend, amazing. I love. Loot has always suffered with anxiety and depression and things of that nature, and mental health. He's always been dealing with that. So to see him address that in raps, I do want to say that. Shout out to him. Shout out to Aaron over there at Black Fly on the Wall. I do want to shout you out for he's about to have a kid, man. Congratulations to you and the wife. Hey man, congratulations. But y'all no longer the #1 podcast in North Carolina. We will take that title.
We are.
I'm glad you got to know. God. I do want to let you know that. I hope the lights look better. Shout out to my guy Frank, who's been giving me advice every week on Facebook on how I can get this thing better. So y'all let me know if it looks better, sounds better. And we gonna holla at y'all next time.
Holla at your boy.
Oh, I should have shut down. I had sex during the day. I'll give y'all a recap of that next week. Midday.
It's going in the notes. It's going in the notes.
I will give y'all a recap. And we're gonna holla at y'all next time.
Holla at your boy.